welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinals of Sparkling Tuna Cup number 73. And this is a fresh best of 3 series. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Indian Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Matcherino Esports. It is Demi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing his new team, Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is time to get your Gamba going. As predictions now open in the chat. Best of luck with your predictions. Oh, best of luck with your bets. As we can settle in, and of course, why does no one have their actual names on the PTR? God damn it! Hold on. We'll just sort out the overlay. Bam. There's Demi. I mean, Krystianer's. I mean, it's Krystek. It's close enough. Sure, short for Krystianer. As bam. Beautiful. Okay. We are settling in. Meanwhile, oh my god, as I was a little bit distracted by the player names, we have a proxy hatchery. I mentioned before, Demi is hyper aggressive. Demi is most likely going to be moving out. I mean, it's his name. True. Demi, if you check out his Wikipedia, his name is Storm Spirit. That is true. For those who are unaware, this is your fun fact of the day. Storm Spirit, he's popping off. Going for the proxy hatchery. And looking to try to go for the all-in. Alas, Krystianer, he does scouts. Oh, he does scout, he does confirm. Does get eyes on the proxy. And is setting up with his gateways. His gateways are on the way. Now, personally, I would love to see a forge. A forge and cannons would be ideal. Oh my god, a third gateway on the way. This is a bit of a messy setup here at the natural, not gonna lie. But we'll see if it all comes together as the first zealot has arrived. Again, very important that, of course, Krystianer did scout, did confirm. As it looks like the third gateway is cancelled and Krystianer is expanding. Is going to be expanding behind this. Demi did take his natural. Did pull out a gas, rushing into link speed, is droning up. But a couple of links do make their way across the map. A couple of links have arrived. They do threaten the natural. And it looks like the hatchery is going to go down. There's no spine rush, there's no queens. There are going to be a lot of links to work with here. And Demi did force a reaction. He did force a delayed expansion. But now he has to deal with the two gate follow-up. He has to deal with the adepts. That is the downside here. With this hatchery going down, now Krystianer has a force to push. He's got 2 zealots. He has an adept. No second adept behind this. Just the one. Just the one adept for now. Chilling back at home. And from here, we can settle down. We have our take of choice. Krystianer rushing into a Twilight Council. Okay, it's going to be, I would imagine, Glaive Adepts or DTs. There are options here for Krystianer. Meanwhile, Demi back at home. Link speed has completed. He's droning up. He's saturating his natural. He's getting in towards his own game state. Really, my eyes are going to be on the Protoss to see what he gets done across the map. Even though Demi did do some inadvertent damage, I don't know if it was quite enough damage here to really justify the delay on his natural and the delay on his third. Does have map control, does have a massive amount of lings, that is true, but how well a ling's going to perform against what comes next? The Twilight Council is now done. Robo is on the way. Krystianer, he does not pull out a gas, so this might just be a Dark Shrine. Again, it could be one or the other. Could be a Dark Shrine, could be a more committed... Oh, Glaive Adept build. Gateways are being thrown down. And there it is. It is Glaives. It is going to be Glaives here from Krystianer. He does not pull out a gas. Staying 3-3. Which means this could be that much more committed. Again, it was still just a kind of a messy opener here, so we're still trying to find a way towards that mid-game. Adepts are amassing. And Demi, he does respond with his Roach Warren. Roach Warren is halfway done. Third base also on the way. We'll see if Demi can survive what comes next. Here we go. We'll see how many roaches are able to pop out in time. Bearing in mind this is only a 1 gas economy, so there's not that many roaches going to be available here for Demi. Likewise, we'll see if he can avoid damage, if he can pull away and save his workers. Here we go. Krystianer, he does move out, so the Roach Warren is done. Second gas on the way. Lair as well. That's resources being spent on not roaches. Adepts are spotted. Roach production has begun. And yeah, I was curious. Because he stayed in gas, and because there weren't extra gateways, it's going to be Glaive Adepts into DTs. It was either going to be Glaive Adepts with 6 gateways or 4 gate Glaives into DTs. We have the answer. So there's going to be layers to this aggression from Krystianer. And Demi has been quite greedy. He did join up quite heavily. He has to pull the boys away. Evacuates the third. Roaches are building up just in time. But Demi has to be very careful with how he engages. He cannot fight this head on. Not yet. He has to build up his roach count. And Adepts, they do shade towards the natural. The roaches are keeping up. The hatchery's taking a lot of hits. Yeah, it takes a lot of damage, and the hatchery is going to go down. Not enough transfuse. Good pickup. Good pickup here by Krystianer. He gets the third and then retreats. Lair was restarted. It was cancelled earlier and begun once again. Demi a little bit indecisive. I mean, cancelling the lair means he had a little bit of extra gas here for the roaches. But this also means that detection is going to be delayed. And here come the DTs. Dark Trend is done. The Prism is denied entry into the main. No DTs yet. So the Dark Templar are slightly delayed. The lair is almost done. Krystianer back at home, first expanding, taking his third. Is spotted by Demi. Dark Templar morphing in. Lair has completed. No Overseer yet. Ooh, and the DTs, they could even deny the third once again. They can, and they will. Yeah, it takes too long here to morph in the Overseer. Overseer's on the way. That's going to be another up. That's a kill, not a cancel. Massive pickoff. A kill on the expansion. And that is the win condition here for Krystianer. Just deny the third. Deny the third over and over again. He doesn't have to get more damage. Overseer comes in for a scout. Demi is contained. Adepts a third and another shade. There are enough roaches where Adepts, they can't really get much done. Like the Adepts, they can't really do much more, but they've already done enough, right? They killed the expansion. That's all they needed to do. Kill the base. Krystianer backs up, and now he's building up the next step. Adepts into DTs into an Immortal army. He's got 3, soon to be 4 Immortals. That's a lot of Immortals. As the Immortal count is building up. Demi trying to rush into Muta. I mean, again, Demi, he does best with Mutas. That's his go-to. But they're not ready yet. They are not ready yet. And even if they pop out, they're not going to help here in the defense. Krystianer, he's just waiting for a 5th Immortal. Warping in additional Archons would be ideal as well. I mean, Krystianer doesn't know about the potential Muta play. But as long as there are, what, 3, 4 Archons with his army Mutas, they cannot touch this. So Krystianer does move out. He is spotted by Demi. Demi is massing up Ravagers, which is going to be necessary here for an attempted defense. Jesus, but there's so many charge lots. For now, they're slow. Charge is not yet done. The slow lots push. Let's go. The slow lots have arrived. I mean, who needs charge, right? It's... don't need it, man. The army's gonna come to you. As the army dives in. So far, first Archon falls. Nice pick up here from by Demi. A solid concave as well. Files, they do force back the army as well. Again, taking it slow. A lot of roaches are falling to those Immortals. Adepts, they do threaten a shade here past the army. In towards the main. No commitment. Spire is spotted. Krystianer backs up. Doesn't fully commit. Demi so far, he's holding on. Jesus, but that's a lot of Immortals. Now what's terrifying here is that in that fight, in that push, Krystianer did not lose a single Immortal. And now he's getting into double Immortal production. He's basically has Mass Immortal. It's crazy. Like, he's got Mass Immortal. He did spot the Spire. No, he did not. My apologies. I assumed that the Adepts did. Mutas are on the way, and he no longer has any Archons. These Mutas, they can do well. These Mutas, they can help Demi recover. Now, Demi, he can choose to chase down the War Prism, or he can choose to ignore it and go across the map and go for economic damage instead. I mean, there's nothing in him to defend. Roaches are keeping up. Mutas, they move out. Yeah, I do like this. The Mutas, they ignore the Prism. They're moving out across the map. The natural is exposed. The main is exposed. The third has the army and has sentries, has a shield battery somewhat. Not much of this army shoots up. But these Mutas, they can pop off. Here we go. 7 Mutas, more than enough to one-shot. Probes are going down. And how does he respond? He has to respond with sentries. Is going to be forced to recall. Mutas, they bust into the main. There are Stalkers here to reinforce. Army's trying to keep up. So far, 7, 8, 9, 10 probe kills, 11 probe kills. Very nice damage. Solid damage so far. Demi, he also forced a recall. He's forcing the army to stay back at home. Keeping Krystianer pinned. Blink is not done. Demi gets another 13, 14, 15 probe kills. Does overextend though, and does stick around a little bit too long. 1 Muta goes down. Just the 1. So 1 Muta for 16 probes. Very nicely done. And with that, Demi, I mean, look at the economy here. He's maxed. Demi, he's maxed out. So is Krystianer. Now, what is terrifying, Krystianer, as he's been losing probes, he's been making more units. Basically, it's an all-in. Like, Krystianer, he's on 49 workers, but this is a super maxed army. It's terrifying. I mean, there are so many immortals. Quickly checking, 10 immortals, 4 High Templar. Storm is done. The Prism goes down. No more reinforcements. Nice pickoff. But, I mean, if you've ever seen a Death Ball, this is one of them. Ay, Jesus. Here come the Banelings with the Storm. I mean, slow Banes, they cannot touch this once again. They have to fight back. They have to pull back here. Oh, Clouds do connect. That's going to be a lot of Storms, though. Storms, they connect with the Ravagers. Baneling speed kicks in. Oh my god, but the Storms are brutal. And the Banelings, they do not engage. They do not get close to the army. Mutas, they get across the map. They force the defensive warp in. Storms are connecting. Oh, the force fields are brutal. And Demi, he will lose control of this base. Mutas are still trying to keep the Stalkers busy, but they are moving into reinforce. And the Stalker reinforcements have arrived. Demi, he's responding with Mass Muta, but against Blink Stalker, now I'm not so sure about this. And GG gets called. Demi, he cannot stop this army, and Krystianer takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very intense game, very back and forth as well. There were moments for both players, definitely. There were moments for Krystianer when he came to killing the third base twice, of course. Demi, he was recovering with the Muta harass, but as we did point out, Krystianer, as he was losing probes, he was not replacing them. He was not remaking those workers. Instead, he was making more Immortals, more Blink Stalkers, more High Templar, and his army could not be stopped. GG. GG, well played. Krystianer does take game 1, and now we're getting ready for game number 2. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, hello, Chase. It's the Chase, baby. Oh my god. Varun. True. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Demi was gambling a little bit. Basically, if Krystianer had not reinforced with... Oh. If Krystianer had not reinforced with Stalker, if he had reinforced with more Zealots, or if instead the Stalkers were stuck at home, then the 16 Muta response could have dealt with that army, for sure. Because Krystianer, his main army was running out of Storm. He was running out of Storm. He had no Archons either. He had sentries with his army, minimal Stalker support. So there was definitely a chance there that Demi could have dealt with that army, but he was relying on those Stalkers staying at home. Because they reinforced, I mean, Mutas could not do much. They could not do much there. Defensively, against that army. And here we go. We're getting into game 2. We're getting into... God, they switched places. Wait, hold on. Hold on, Pappy. Hold on. God damn it. One moment. As spawning, there we go, in the top right-hand corner of Snowpiercer, we have the Indian Zerg player.
Game paused.
So we do have a bit of a pause. This gives me some time. This gives me time to set up the player names. Let's go. We got there. But hopefully everything is okay, whether it's a latency issue or maybe, you know, some Uber Eats has arrived, you know, some food has arrived, knock on the door. We are more than happy to wait to make sure that everything's okay. Whew. As we soon jump into game 2. Every time I hear Varun, I'm just reminded of Varun 5. Ah, the best boy band. Varun 5. Peak StarCraft. Every time I hear Chase, I'm reminded of the cat named Chase. I'm reminded of Chase from House. That's what I think of. Who also happens to be Aussie. I don't know if that's where you got your ID from, Chase, but that's what I think of. I think of House Chase. Ah. Yeah, good to see. I hope everything's going well. True, yeah. Chase, man. Oh. It's been a while since we've casted together. One of these days, I need to drag you on. I need to cast some StarCraft again. But meanwhile, it looks like the bracket has been progressing, question mark. Oh, it has. Okay, we have the lower semifinals ready for us. After we wrap up this series, after we wrap up with Krystianer versus Demi, we'll be hopping over to Geralt versus Hon Mono as they are prepared. They are ready for us in the lower semifinals. And following that will be the upper semis and then the grand finals thereafter. So we have 3 more matches after this. 3 more matches. So we do have them lined up. Oh, it looks like we are good to go. Is Chase that Australian doctor? Yeah. Chase underscore SC2. Doctor confirmed. What's your time zone? AST. Australian Standard Time.
Resumed.
In Australia, Bobby. But here we go. We are jumping back in and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Snowpiercer. We have the Indian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Match Arena Esports. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back. It is Demi. Isn't it ASC? True. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing his new team, Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. Let's go. Let us go. As Krystianer is going to be opening up with his gate expand. Likewise, Demi, this time hatchery back at home, no proxy. I don't think the proxy hatch last game really did help or assist Demi too much when it came to the opener and when it came to the starting moments of game 1. So now Demi going for something more standard, more normal. So hatch gas pool here from the Zerg. And now we can settle in. Now, as we load into Snowpiercer, we have spoken about this before, but Snowpiercer is a much larger map. I believe it is the largest map in the new map pool. I'm not entirely certain if maybe Ultra Love is larger, but I think Snowpiercer does have it there when it comes to the largest map. A lot of bases. The center of the map is really interesting, has potential to be opened up when you knock down these rocks, but outside of that, we do have these sort of lanes here towards the right hand side, towards the center, and towards the top side as well. These kind of areas are cut off from each other, and we have seen some very interesting fights with like tanks on the high ground and fights happening here, you know, on the low ground trench instead. Like there have been some interesting engagements definitely here on Snowpiercer in a longer game state, but we'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get into that longer game. For now, we're droning. For now, we're focusing on our economies. We're calming things down. And it is going to be a Stargate opener from Krystianer. Should be into Oracle. So something a lot more standard here as well from our Protoss. Last game, of course, we had something more aggressive with the Glaive Reps into DTs, into Mass Immortal, and all the nonsense and chaos. It was crazy. But this time, Stargate into Oracle into a third. Should be a standard game, at least opener from the Protoss. Now, Krystianer, he's very fond of going Mass Immortal Archon in the mid-game. Very fond of that. And most likely that's the direction we're going to be headed. Likewise, Demi is also very fond of Muta play. I mean, we saw the Mutas did well. The Mutas did very well in that last game. They killed a lot of workers. They got a lot of value for themselves as well. They aren't amazing defensively, of course, as we saw, but aggressively and as a harassing force, they can be amazing. That is Demi's go-to. That is his signature move. Is Mutas. For now, though. Calming things down. Oh, the Overlord a little bit misplaced. Oh no! Barely gets on the pillar in time. Barely is saved, at least until the Oracle arrives, which will provide some high ground vision, and the Overlord will go down. So nice pick off here by Demi. As I say that, oh, does get the Overlord. Demi is unable to save it. And the third base has now been taken. Third base is on the way. Ooh, and that is a gateway explosion. Oh my god. Krystianer, he did open up Oracle, that is true. But he did not make a second Oracle. There's no second, there's no third Oracle, just one Oracle into Mass Gateway. Something very different here from Krystianer. My eyes are on you. Behind this, Demi joining. Demi just happily joining up. Saturating, we're reaching towards the 4-minute 30 mark. And we'll see if Demi does go for a safety Roach Warren, if he skips it, if he goes into Lingbane Hydra, if he goes into Lair, into Mutatech. But I'm just waiting for the Twilight Council for Krystianer. As the third base is about to finish, he's building up his Stalker army. Meanwhile, Demi is getting his +1 melee. On melee on the way. So it looks like Demi is going to be skipping roaches. He's taking gases, but this should be for Lair, and this should be for either Hydra Tech or Mutatech. One or the other. As he's fixated on Lingbane. Krystianer moving out. No, Twilight Council does have extra Stalkers because of these extra gateways. So it is going to be an earlier move out from Krystianer. Has potential. Does poke in. Does threaten the Queens, leans they come in for a surround, but that's what the Oracle's for. The Oracle does activate his Pulsar Beam. Oh, he's going to be forced back. Stalkers, they hold their own. And do they get on top of the Queens? Queens, they take a lot of hits, they take a lot of damage. Oh, one Queen goes down, not quite. Clutch Transfuse. Queen is barely kept alive. As the Stalkers, they move forward, they engage with the Lings. One Stalker goes down. Stalkers are getting so low here. It looks like a second Stalker will not fall. Oh my god. Krystianer. This might just be too much. 22 Lings are on the way. Krystianer, he's breaking through. There we go. A second Stalker goes down. But all the Queens fall one after the other. No Queens left, only Lings. And the mineral line is under fire, and it looks like Krystianer, he may have just done a GG, gets called, he breaks on through, and Krystianer with a very, very interesting build, going for a 4-gate follow-up. No second Oracle, no third Oracle, at least he got one towards the end there. But Krystianer does take it 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Demi was gearing up towards a longer game state. He was working towards his lair. He was ideally waiting for either a Spire or a Hydra Den, trying to defend with purely Lings, but barely did not have enough. Congratulations for Krystianer. Bit of an awkward timing, bit of an awkward move out. Did catch Demi with his pants down, and Krystianer will advance on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. It does advance on to lower semifinals, and we are getting ready for that series. We're getting ready for a PvT. Let's go. A lobby is set up for us. I have to very quickly head on over.